Good morning, Facebook. This is Greg from TGIF Toastmasters with a Toastmaster tip to help make you a better leader and meeting facilitator. Today's topic, lectern etiquette. Now the lectern and the podium, or virtual podium up here, as a rule of thumb, should never be unattended. You should always have someone up here in control. This is the locus of power and control for the meeting. One way to think about it is that we're all in a car. The audience is in the back seat as passengers. And in that analogy, this lectern is the driver's seat. Now, I don't know about you, but when I'm traveling down the highway as a passenger going 70 miles per hour, I get a little uncomfortable when the driver opens the door, lets go of the wheel, and rolls out. You don't want to do that to your audience. You basically need to make sure that there's always someone in control of this particular space. So I want to show you at least some examples, at least probably a bad example, and then we'll try to model out the right example. So imagine I'm Toastmaster, and I'm about to introduce the first speaker, Maureen, who's offered to help out here. And now, our first speaker.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Greg.
That was pretty poor. That was uncomfortable and completely uninviting. So there was a whole bunch of things that were missing. I think we can do a lot better. So let's try it the right way. Good morning. I'd like to welcome our first speaker today, Maureen Foster.
Mr. Toastmaster, audience.
All right, better?
Yes.
Does that feel better?
Yes.
Okay, so let's break it down in terms of what happened there. First off, I was the driver, and I basically announced to everyone we're about to change the driver. So I gave it an introduction. I explained Maureen's what she was going to be doing, her name. I then moved on to clap to initiate, to tell the entire audience we're about to change drivers while we're in flight here. And so everyone knows it's coming, getting prepared. I strong clap the whole way up. It's my responsibility to clap the entire time to make sure she gets all the way up here to the point of transition. Then I reach out to hand her the virtual steering wheel. Now at this point, she has the steering wheel and has control of the meeting. And then over here, I wait for her to acknowledge that she has control and is ready to go. And
Mr. Toastmaster.
then I sit. I have transitioned to Maureen as the driver of this meeting. Thank you. So where does this go wrong? And I can tell you this goes wrong almost every meeting. Can anybody guess where the protocol sort of breaks down?
At the end.
After.
Who said at the end?
After.
Right. I've seen it so many times. Speakers, they get up here, they finish their speech, and then they roll out onto the highway. Right? Your speech wasn't that bad. Stay there. Come back. You still have, as soon as you were granted that steering wheel, you still have that virtual steering wheel. You need to wait for the Toastmasters to come back up to hand them the steering wheel so that the car is not unmanned. If that all makes sense. So follow this basic protocol and for all the role transitions, and you will reduce audience anxiety. You also convey a greater sense of formality and professionalism. So if you found this tip helpful, please consider coming to join us as guests. We meet twice a month on Fridays at 7 a.m. in Corporate Woods at the Overland Park Chamber of Commerce. We'd love to have you. Thank you for watching.